Hey people, Rakdos Cackler here with another deck tech. This one is for red-green werewolves, or as I like to call it, my red-green Lycan deck. Now with werewolves, you want literally the least amount of spells you can get while still having a good amount. Like, for total, I have 10 spells in this deck. And all of them do something that helps my wolves. With a total of 10 mountains, 10 forests, 2 fetch lands for Evolving Wilds, and 4 Gruul Guildgates. I have 26 lands in this deck, which is a very large amount of lands for a standard deck. And this deck is still tournament legal because the Innistrad block doesn't cycle out until October. So as of now, this deck is still legal. And I will be posting the deck listing in the description of the video, as I always do. And then, so like I said, 10 mountain, 10 forest, 2 Evolving Wilds for fetch lands, and then 4 Gruul Guildgates. Now, this is my customized werewolf deck. I didn't get this off the internet. I don't get any of my deck builds off the internet unless I'm literally preparing for a tournament, for a big tournament, which I have not begun entering those tournaments yet. But even then, I probably will be using my own custom decks, and all my deck techs so far have been of my own decks. Like my Grixis Slaughter, my Grixis Slaughter deck is not a deck I took from Nearnet or anyone else. I built it myself. I didn't even have it in my... I randomly just had the Rakdos deck and then decided to throw some Azet and Dimir in there. And then it took me about 2 months to get it fully done. Which it still is missing 2 cards. It needs a Blood Crypt and a Sulphur Falls, and the deck will be done. But this deck is another one of my personal concoctions. 26 lands in total, which is a large number for this kind of deck. Then here are the spells: 2 Wildwood Rebirth for getting my creatures back from the graveyard, just in case someone kills, someone kills my Immerwolf. And then I have 4 Moonmists to transform my werewolves, because say I'm facing a spell deck, I play 1 Moonmist. Since I'm facing a dude who has heavy spells, they're going to play like a million spells their turn, all my werewolves flip over, play a Moonmist. At the end of his turn, my werewolves come back. And then I have 2 Prey Upon to ensure certain creatures my opponent controls die, and then a Full Moon's Rise and a Curse of the Nightly Hunt. I need another Full Moon's Rise and possibly another Curse of the Nightly Hunt, which I will be replacing the Prey Upons for, because the Full Moon's Rise is really good. It gives all werewolves +1/+0 and trample. And then here's the largest number of cards in the deck. Well, no, but other than lands, the werewolves and wolves themselves. 2 Immerwolves, which have Intimidate, and other wolf and werewolf creatures I control get +1/+1. And the effect that makes it incredibly good in this deck is non-human werewolves I control can't transform. Meaning, when my human werewolves, like when one of these cards flips, it stays there as long as this is on the field. So I have 2 Immerwolves, 1 Daybreak Ranger, which is a rare werewolf, which in its human form can ping flying creatures for I believe, which can ping flying creatures for 2, so it basically gets rid of spirit tokens and other bird tokens like that. Then I have 1 Wolfbitten Captive, which turns into Crawling Horde Killer, 1 Gatstaf Shepard, which is a good one, that has Intimidate when it's a werewolf. And then I have Lambholt Elder, which is a good one because it lets you draw a card whenever you deal damage when it's in a werewolf form. Now we're getting into the doubles. 2 Scarned Villagers for mana fixing. 2, what was the name? Gotta check it again. Villagers of Estwald for just a little bit of power. Then 1 Reckless Waif, 1 Mondronen Shaman, 2 Hinterland Hermits, 2 Tormented Pariah, 2 Hanweir Watchkeeps, which have Defender, but as when they turn into a werewolf, they have attacks each turn if able. And then 2 Village Ironsmiths, one of which is a foil. And then we were just only 4 normal wolves in this deck. 2 young wolves and 2 Kessig Wolves. So this deck is pretty, not really basic, but it's a simple build that can still kill. I made one of my friends rage quit when I was playing a game with this deck because he was tired of me killing him in 2 turns. Well, not really killing in 2 turns, but killing in 2 attacks. Because I had Curse of the Nightly Hunt on, plus I had Full Moon's Rise, so I was sitting there trampling him down. Yeah, so this deck has been battle tested and it's good. My Grixis Slaughter deck is still under construction and is literally 2 cards from being finished. And I'm getting those cards from the card shop that I recorded the last video, which was an M.T.G match. I'm getting the cards from the card shop and friends who go to the card shop. So basically, this deck is, the Grixis deck along with this deck are close to being finished. I still need 2 Huntsmaster of the Fells for this deck. I'm going to replace 2 random werewolves. I don't know who yet, but I'm going to replace 2 werewolves in this deck for 2 Huntsmaster of the Fells because I need that card for this werewolf deck, just so I can bring out the wolf tokens and deal constant damage. Because Huntsmaster of the Fells always works in a werewolf deck because he is the unofficial legendary werewolf. They should have made him a legendary because there are no legendary werewolves, yet there are legendary zombies, legendary vampires. They should have made a legendary werewolf just so he could be played in the EDH deck. Because I have a zombie EDH deck, my friend has a vampire EDH deck with Olivia Valderin, and my zombie EDH deck has Grimgrin Corpseborn. So Huntsmaster of the Fells, in my opinion, should be a legendary. Because that way he could be used as a commander in EDH. So, and it would just make sense, in my opinion, but yeah, this deck is about done. It's about 2 or 3 cards away. Yeah, it's 3 cards away from being finished. The Full Moon's Rise and the 2 Huntsmaster of the Fells. And I will make an updated deck tech on my Grixis Slaughter because it has been changed a lot since my video on it, and plus I kind of have to. And plus it's adding new lands, and it still needs the shock lands. The 1 shock land, Blood Crypt, and the Innistrad dual land, Sulphur Falls, for it, and it'll be done. And I will be bringing you more videos from the card shop, because so far I've been hanging out a lot in there. There'll be a lot more videos coming from there. Like, I go there every Friday and Saturday. Friday for FNM things, well, not really. Friday for hangouts with Magic and like small tournaments, and Saturday for Pokemon League, even though I sit there and play Magic the entire time. So yeah, I'll be bringing more videos from the card shop and more deck tech videos because I have the Slaughter deck I need to update on, and this will be updated when I get the finishing cards for it. So, hope you enjoyed the video. Once again, the deck listing will be in the description. Thanks for watching. Like this video, subscribe. Rectos Cackler out.